working on today and over the weekend that is due my next class is brainstorming themes and finding evidence. So to review theme is a moral, lesson, or message in a story. It is the claim in the essay. So if we're analyzing names nombres, we need to think about the way the characters behave, the feelings that Alvarez expresses, and other details that hint at the overall message. So again with theme is the lesson that is to be learned in the story. What the author wants you to take away from reading this story. So that is theme. When you make a theme, when you make a claim about a theme, you have to make sure that you have supporting evidence. So next we're going to talk about finding evidence. Evidence is what we see in a text. You explain your evidence by using direct quotes or paraphrasing. You also have the highlighter option available on Google Doc and Google Slides to highlight or annotate your story. So please make sure that you're doing that with names, nombres. So to break down finding evidence to support a theme, we are going to use the bad seed as an example. So the theme of the bad seed is even if bad things happen to you, you can still be a good person. That is the theme. That is the claim that we are making. So in order to make this claim, we need to provide two pieces of evidence that support it. So my first example over here is a quote. So a quote means that I am directly pulling information from the text, word for word. That is why I have quotation marks so that the reader knows that I am pulling this information from the text. So the quote I use is, I still feel bad at times. I also sort of feel good. So that is my quote. My second piece of example is I'm paraphrasing. That means that I'm not copying word for word like with a quote, but rather I'm using my own words to describe something from the text. So to describe maybe a quote from the text. So my example of paraphrasing, my second piece of evidence, is the bad seeds taking it one day at a time and trying to make better decisions. Now it's your turn. Make sure to have your copy of names, nombres open to annotate, which I'll show you guys how to get there in just a minute. So what you're going to do is you're going to open up the theme worksheet on Schoology to select a theme and provide two pieces of supporting textual evidence from names, nombres. This is your homework. So for my 8A classes, this is due Monday, October 19th by midnight. For my B-Day classes, this is due Wednesday, October 21st by midnight. It's really important that you guys complete this worksheet because it will help you when we are writing the literary essay. This worksheet makes up half of your essay. So if you get this done now, you're going to get ahead and you won't have as much work to do when we start writing the essay. Okay, so hint, hint, wink, wink, please make sure you get this done. And as always, you guys have Read and Write available to you if you need help with reading or with writing. So to get to the worksheet, we need to go to Schoology. You want to make sure you're in our classes folder or our classes page and go to the week 6 folder. So I'm going to click on the week 6 folder. Here where it says copy of names, nombres, if you click on that, it will take you to our copy of the story. All right. And as always, Read and Write is available. To get to that, you want to click this purple puzzle piece with the RW and Read and Write will pull up. And you have the play button that can help you with reading. You also, if I go back to Schoology, you also have a read aloud version of names nombres available to you. So if you click on the read aloud version, this should work. I'll check in a minute, but you guys will have a video available to you to use. Okay. So back to the worksheet. Your homework is to complete this theme worksheet. When you click on the theme worksheet, it's going to take you to this. As always, Read and Write is available to help you with reading and writing. If you need help with writing, you can use the word prediction, and you can also use speech to text. So that is available to you. So supporting your theme with textual evidence. For the literary essay, you will be selecting one theme from names, nombres to prove. You will be doing this by providing textual evidence to support your theme, which would be essentially the claim. Evidence is what you see in a text. You should also be able to return to the text, so names, nombres, and annotate or highlight your evidence. The directions for this worksheet are as follows. Read names, nombres, then select one theme listed below. Lastly, find two pieces of textual evidence to support your theme. Please use complete sentences and proper capitalization. It's really important that you guys use proper capitalization since we just tested on that. So what you're going to do is you are going to select one theme below and use this as your thematic statement for the literary essay. So I have provided you with 3 themes. Your job is to choose one of them. Let's say you choose number 1, then you can just copy and paste it into the thematic statement. That is what you're doing. So you're selecting one theme below, so one of these 3, and using that as your thematic statement. What you will do next is you will provide 2 pieces of evidence and explain how these pieces of evidence support your claim. So in order to do that, you guys want to make sure that you have open the copy of names, nombres. So I'm going to show you how to split your screen so you can have them both available to you. So if I click up here and pull this, it'll make its own page. So I want to go up here where the 2 boxes are, and when you hover over it says restore down, and click on that. I also want to go back to this screen and do the same thing. So click on the boxes and restore down. I'm then going to click on this page and drag it into the corner. I'm also going to grab this page and do the same thing. So drag it into the corner, and it'll automatically split the screen in half. So I just need to click the top and readjust it. So then you guys will have the story open as well as the worksheet, and you can work on it at the same time. You don't have to worry about, clicking through all these different tabs. You can also change the zoom size and make it a little bit smaller so it's easier to read. Okay? So to find your evidence, you're going to have to read through this story. And you might have to read through it once or twice, and that is okay. I encourage you to read it more than once. And you also have the video version, the read aloud available to you, or you can use the play button up here to have it read aloud to you. What I would like for you guys to do is to highlight, so to annotate your evidence in the story. So for example, and this is just an example, let's say I want to use when we arrived at New York City as my evidence. So what I can do is I can highlight using the read and write, or you guys can go to this more and click highlight. Oops. So I have this highlighted. I'm going to select it again. And if I scroll over, you will see I have this option to add a comment. I'm going to type evidence number 1. And the reason why I'm doing this is so that when I go back to my story, I already know what evidence I'm going to be using. It just makes it a little bit easier. So you know, okay, well, this is my evidence number 1. So then I could just type in here, my evidence number 1 is when we arrived in New York City. Okay. So again, this will be your guys' homework. It is available to you on Schoology under the week 6 folder, and it says homework theme worksheet. Please make sure that you complete this as it will help you when we are actually working on the literary essay. And of course, if you guys have any questions or need any help, please email me and I will be glad to help you. And I also have my office hours on Monday from 10 o'clock to 10:30 a.m. every Monday. So you guys are always welcome to stop by and ask me any questions that you might have. All right. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day and an amazing weekend and get to do something fun.